Hi, friends. So today we're going to go ahead and reread our book, Little Mouse and the Big Red Apple. And then when we're done, we're going to use the pictures I have to try and sequence the story. So we want to make sure I have here all the characters and where everything happens, the setting where the story takes place. And then we want to put it in the correct order. We want to know what happened first, what happened in the middle, and then what happened at the end. Okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to reread the story, and then when we're done, we'll go ahead and sequence everything, put everything in the correct sequence, put everything in order. Okay? So, Little Mouse and the Big Red Apple. Mouse was feeling hungry one day when all of a sudden he came upon a big, red, juicy apple. "Just what I want," he cried. "I'll take it home with me and have a feast." Mouse set off towards his little house, rolling the apple over and over. He couldn't wait to get his teeth into the big, red, juicy apple. Yum, yum, he thought, when all of a sudden, splash! The apple rolled into a pond. "Oh no," wailed Mouse. "What am I going to do now?" "Not to worry," said Frog, popping his head out of the water. "I'll help you." Frog kicked the apple hard with his strong back legs. It flew out of the water and, bump, landed on the ground. "There you go," said Frog. He licked his lips and stared at the apple. Thanks," said Mouse, as he began to roll it along the path. He did not want to share his apple with Frog. Mouse went on his way, thinking of the lovely apple dinner he would have later. His mouth was already watering when the big red apple fell into a thorn bush. Crash! "Oh, silly me," muttered Mouse as he tried to rescue his dinner. "Ouch, that hurt. Those prickles are nasty," he cried. "I see you have a problem," said Tortoise, moving next to Mouse. "Leave it to me." Tortoise didn't have to worry about the sharp prickles, for he had his shell to protect him. Oh. Without any trouble at all, Tortoise crept under the thorn bush and brought out the big, red, juicy apple. "Problem solved," he said, stroking the apple longingly. "I'm ever so grateful," said Mouse in a hurried voice, and he was off again. He did not want to share his apple with Tortoise. "I'll soon be home and biting into that big, red, juicy apple," thought Mouse. When... I like that he's daydreaming about eating that apple. Thud. The apple rolled into a log. "That's all I need," sighed Mouse, when he saw that the log blocked his path. "How do I get around that?" "Easy," said Mole, popping out of a nearby hole. "I will dig you a tunnel." And she did. She dug a tunnel that went right under the log. It was just big enough for Mouse and the apple to go through it. "Always glad to help," said Mole, sniffing at the big red apple with her little nose. "It's really very kind of you," said Mouse, and he went on his way as fast as he could. He did not want to share the apple with Mole. He rolled the apple over and over again until he came to a steep hill. His house was at the very top. Push, push, heave, heave went Mouse, grunting and groaning. Up, up, up he went until he reached the very top. "At last," Mouse sighed happily. "Oh, for that lovely apple meal." But as Mouse let go, the apple wobbled, and then it started to roll down the other side of the hill. It rolled faster and faster, further and further until It came to a stop at the bottom of the hill. Mouse could see it lying there like a big red jewel. "Oh no," he cried. "I'll have to start all over again." Mouse scrambled down the hill on his little tired feet. Faster and faster he ran. But when he reached the bottom, he found Frog, Mole, and Tortoise had got there first. "How kind of you to send the apple back down all the way back to us," called out Mole, chomping away on a piece of it. Mouse gave a big, big sigh. "Don't mention it," he said. "Isn't that what friends are for?" The end. So now let's take a look because I have all the pictures of all of the characters and the places in the story, right? So we want to see, can you see all my pictures? So we have mouse, we have turtle, we have mole, we have frog, we have the apple, and we have the big hill, right? Those are all very important parts of the story. So the first thing we want to think of is, who is the first person we meet? What's the first thing that happens? Is it Mouse, right? We see Mouse. Oh, and Mouse finds the big red apple, right? So Mouse and the big red apple, that's what the story's all about, right? It says it right here on the cover. Okay, so after we meet Mouse and Apple, what happens next? What happens to the apple? It rolls into a pond, right? And who's in the pond? Frog. So here's Frog and the pond, and here's the apple in the water, right? So the apple falls in the water, and Frog kicks it out of the water, and it lands on the ground. And then it rolls away, and it ends up where? That's right, in the sticker bush. And who helps in the sticker bush? Turtle. So here's Turtle in the sticker bush. He can go in because he's got a shell, right? And there's the apple in the sticker bush. So then Turtle saves the apple out of the sticker bush. And then what happens? The apple rolls to thud, a big log, right? And who rescues it from the log? Mole, right? Mole digs the tunnel to go under. So here's the apple and the log, and Mole is going to rescue it. Okay, so Mouse is still trying to get that apple home so he can eat it all by himself, right? What happens now? Does it roll down the hill? No, Mouse has to push it up the hill first, right? So here's Mouse. Here's Mouse's house all the way at the top. Mouse has to roll it all the way up to the top. And once he gets to the top in his house, the apple wobbles and then it rolls down the hill, right? It goes faster and faster down the hill. Oh, and then what happens? His friends start eating the apple, right? And there they all are, having a little apple. So if you can go ahead and you can draw a picture of your favorite part. Do you like when Turtle goes into the sticker bush to rescue the apple? Do you like when they're all eating the apple? Go ahead and draw a picture of your favorite part. Does it happen at the beginning, at the middle, or at the end? When is your favorite part of the story? So I can't wait to see all your pictures, and I don't know. I think I kind of like when it falls into the water and Frog kicks it out and it lands on the ground. But it's all pretty good. So pick your favorite part, draw a picture, and let me see. When does it happen? The beginning, the middle, or the end? All right, have a great day.